Welcome to Founders Future, a podcast powered by Closers.io, where we dive into the journeys of innovative entrepreneurs and explore the road ahead for them and their companies. I'm your host, Amar Elm, and in each episode, we uncover the stories behind impactful ventures, the challenges faced along the way, and the strategies driving their future growth. Today, we are absolutely thrilled to be joined by Telless Cade, founder and CEO of Cade & Co., a Houston-based consultancy pioneering workflow automation and SaaS business transformation. Telless, welcome to Founders Future.
Welcome. How are you doing today?
Fantastic. How are you?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
I love it. I always like to start from the beginning. So take me back to before you started Cade & Co. What were you doing beforehand, and then what was really the motivation behind starting the company?
Yeah, beforehand, I was basically working with a lot of VCs and a lot of private equity people. And my roles were basically operations based, a lot of M&A prep work, a lot of acquisition work, a lot of implementation work. And through that, I saw exactly what people were needing before they get ready to talk to the capital to invest in their projects. My background was really, I didn't know VC was a thing like 5 years ago. I didn't know it was a thing. I come from a very no collar family. You get blue collar, you got white collar, and you got no collar. I'm from a no collar family, man. and so a lot of this kind of stuff I learned as I just gotten more engrossed and in depth in my career. And that also my grit too, because I realized that I have so much to learn. And that sense of always learning, but always wanting to apply what I learn has served me well throughout my career.
I love that. Let's dive into what Cade & Co. looks like today to give the listeners more context. So
Yeah,
starting off with, who would you say is your ideal customer? Who do you love to work with?
I love working with founders who are looking to exit their business in the next 6 to 12 months to a year. Uh,
Okay.
and the reason why is because, yeah, we do workplace automation and we do automation and we do transformation. But by doing that, but the way we do it is by making sure these founders have a good exit to make sure
Mm,
the money on the table. I've done research on this, and a lot of founders leave 25% of their value on the table if if they don't do proper prep work. And so if you're selling your business, that could be anywhere in the lower middle market is what I operate. That could be anywhere from $2 to $20 million you're just losing out on because
wow.
because you didn't think to get organized your files and make sure your automations are working correctly and make sure you have proper financials together before you try to sell.
Wow.
And
So they could potentially be missing out on 2 to 20 million in enterprise value if they're
yeah,
looking to exit. Walk me through, what does it actually look like to work with you? What is the core offering there?
the core offerings basically is, like you said, we do workplace automation stuff, but right now we're really focusing on getting people ready for exiting.
Okay.
So it looks like, let's say you have a SaaS company and you want to exit, right?
Okay.
All right, tell us, I want to exit my company. Can you help me out? First, I'll go. I actually definitely I have a SaaS calculator I use that on my website, and it goes some things like you have inbound interest. How organized are you? Do you know your numbers? What numbers do you know your CAC, customer acquisition cost? Do you know your churn? How diversify your customer base? Do you have any key man risk? That kind of thing, right? Get
Yep.
really in the weeds. And based on that calculator, it can tell me exactly how much of me you need. And very rarely do people not need me because this is one thing I learned too. Most businesses aren't ran very well. And by that, I don't mean that the owners are doing a terrible job. That no, most people don't operate from the beginning of think I'm going to sell it in 5 years.
Yep.
So what happens is all the stuff gets put in the back burner. For example, I have a client now where I'm working with their HubSpot, and their data is all old. And you really can't sell that because if you have 10,000 contracts, those 10,000 contracts, 8,000 are dead leads. It's not really
Crazy.
helpful to the new owner.
Yeah.
So that kind of thing is what I deal with. Clean up operations work and getting people ready to sell because I know what VCs and PE people look for.
Got it. Okay, yeah, that's powerful. So you have that lens of this is what your buyer is going to be looking at for them to purchase your company. And then based off of the first step, which is the assessment, then you can figure out what that particular engagement will look like? Because it sounds like it's all customized depending on what they need in that moment.
Yeah, exactly. And the way it works is certain businesses, like the bigger your business is, the more revenue it makes, the more complicated it's going to be. You have more customers,
I see.
especially a SaaS company, and you're selling something for $30 a month, and you have 1,000 customers. That's a lot, as opposed to you're a SaaS business selling something for $200 a month, and you have maybe 100 customers. And so that's how it's really a la carte based on what the founder needs.
Yeah.
I had to cater my recommendations based on that.
Got it. So I'm curious because you mentioned the workplace automation, but it sounds like that's not really your main focus anymore. When did you pivot to more focusing on helping founders that are looking to exit?
Actually, it's very recent, over the last couple months. And the reason why is because I kept getting that work. The market told me something
They
totally
want.
different. The
Yeah.
market told me something totally different than what I was doing initially. And I said, okay, great. I'll start focusing on this. And immediately I started getting work for healthcare on healthcare person. I find now I don't even do healthcare, but they're doing healthcare. They're buying a medical practice. And so I'm getting them ready to go, make sure everything's together so they have proper value. So it's amazing when market will tell you it needs. And because of my background in VC and PE, SaaS is I've been dealing with for the past, I don't know, 4 years.
That makes perfect sense. Were you working at VC and PE companies that were focused on SaaS specifically?
Not specifically, but it happened to be most of their businesses, most of
Yeah.
their companies. Yeah. Like subscription based, e-commerce stuff, but SaaS is really I call it digital real estate because it's basically a rent each month. And they love
Yeah.
that.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, they get the MRR, the ARR. Yeah, that's it's powerful. And there's higher multiples based off of how much recurring revenue you can bring in.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So I'm curious with you, when it comes to the back end of the business, how do you generate leads for the clients that you work with? Like when you're looking to bring on more people into Cade and Co., how do you acquire customers?
A couple ways. This is one way on podcast and being an evangelist for my brand. A second way is good old fashioned email marketing. That works. Referral based. I have a pretty deep VC network. And so what's I'm doing? People, hey, tell us, I have this company that wants to merge with this company. Can you help us out a little bit? That kind of thing. Matter of fact, the last year, I was literally helping out this one VC company, and they're basically doing basically it's what it was. Make sure the data rooms and stuff were clean. Same thing I'm doing now. Yeah, it's referrals, email marketing. I started writing more articles and
Yeah.
educational content because I want to educate as well. And so I'm trying to be more of like I read my Warren Buffett. So I want to be like an educator first and foremost,
Mm,
which is what he said he was. And my business it's a live case study of what I'm doing. I want to educate people.
mm. Very cool. I'm super curious with your email marketing approach because you're targeting founders that are looking to exit in 6 to 12 months. How do you go about building your lists for something that is less demographic and more psychographic?
A
What's the
lot of it is a lot of it is just I use Apollo. And
Yep.
Apollo is good at if this person is part of this exit mergers group or whatever. This person is Googling about acquisitions or whatnot.
Wow, you can filter based off of what they're Googling
Yeah,
about.
yeah. It's
Interesting.
new. It is new. I saw the other day. I looked at the filter and it said
Wow.
business exit is one of the categories for media. So I guess they use some
Interesting.
cookies or whatever to look at people's founders'
Wow,
email
people are
address.
always listening, eh?
Yeah,
The
I guess so, man. Like, nothing's private anymore. You better be careful what you're looking, what you're Googling, man.
No, but that's very helpful for you. Wow, that's powerful. So the Apollo filter is business exit, you said?
Yes, one is business exit, one is a merger, one is financial readiness, I think. But yeah, there's a few like 6 filters on Apollo I use
Got it.
to see exactly what the founder is looking for. And I update it once a week because once a week I get new leads out of it. And my email marketing is not, oh, I'm just sending like 1,000 emails a day. I said at most maybe 20 a day,
And is
maybe
it all customized? Do you personally customize it or are you using any AI personalization? What's the thought process there?
50-50.
Yeah.
I have my own language I want to say, and I use AI to say it in the most succinct but friendly way as possible because I can be a little
Fair.
because sometimes I can be a little bit abrasive with my approach.
Fair,
I'll try to
fair.
make sure I'm not exactly, hey, buy this. I want to give them like, hey, I'm a friend. I'm coming to you with good tidings. And I actually want to get general value add to you.
Got it.
And it's hard to do via email marketing. It's very hard to do, especially nowadays where it's tapped out. It takes a number of contacts, even if somebody talks to me.
So if based off of what you're saying, if it's generally tapped out, what do you are there any other approaches that you're thinking of layering on top of that? You're thinking about running ads? What's the thought process there?
Mostly become more of an evangelist, do some webinars. I create a lead magnet that my task calculator offer for free to give people insights exactly where they stand with their business getting ready for exit. I've created a list of things I want to write about on LinkedIn. I really underutilized LinkedIn. I've been part of LinkedIn for, I don't know, I'm 38 now. I've been on LinkedIn since I was like an undergrad. And I'm just now, and now I have total 5 posts.
Yeah,
So I need to use
gotta
LinkedIn a
step it
lot
up.
more.
Gotta
Yeah,
step it
step it
up.
up.
Yeah.
And because that's where my customers are anyway.
Mm.
They're on Twitter, they are on Instagram, they're on LinkedIn, all in one spot. I need to be better at LinkedIn. So mostly hit up LinkedIn more aggressively. That's
Got it.
what I want to do. And referrals.
And referrals. What does your sales process look like? So let's say somebody responds to an email or maybe reaches out to you. What are the different steps in the process for them to actually become a client?
The first step is they have a calculator, see where you stand. I really can't
Got it.
analyze it. I know where you stand at. And then from there, if they're interested, and that's part's free. I'm not charging anything for that. And for that, I get the idea exactly what you need. And from that standpoint, we sign agreement, or whatever, and I get access to their data room. Basically, start creating data room for them. So, say you are Brown Box Incorporated and your SaaS is you sell boxes to Amazon for people to ship with, whatever. And so I would get access to your client list, access to your financials, tax records, access to tech stack because I had to audit that as well to make sure.
But
Uh,
that's after you guys have already started the engagement, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, got it.
It's pretty fast actually. Like once you do the calculator and you said and that's where you stand, you agree that you need help with that. You'll sign a basically an agreement that I work with it. I work with you and go from there.
Yeah, and then they process the investment on their part, and
Yeah,
then you do
yeah.
the work. Got it. I'm curious when you think of the future and you think about really where you want to take this, let's say over the next 12 months. What are the milestones? What are the targets, revenue or otherwise, that you're really aiming towards?
Right now I'm hitting around like I'm around 10 grand a month now, which is not I'm in Texas, so my cost of living is way lower than most people's. So
Yeah.
10 grand a month in Texas and is very successful in her career as well. 10 grand a month is great, good. A couple years ago, I wasn't making nowhere near that. But I would like to get it to 50 a month maybe
Okay.
the next year or so. And then from there transform it to more of an old school merchant style investment corporation. I'm a fan of history and I'm reading the House of Morgan. And a lot of these banks we see nowadays, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, Barings, they all started out as basically merchant banks where they had capital and they used that capital to invest in things at the same time. And so, be it that I'm working on SaaS, it makes sense to start investing in SaaS and do a SaaS studio
Yeah.
to help founders who have a good idea but lack the capital, and I
Got
get
it.
the equity to help out.
I'm curious, when you think of the 50K a month and the ultimate goal of the merchant bank, what do you feel like is the biggest challenge to getting there ASAP?
Mainly is time. I'm really busy. I have 3 kids, uh,
Fair.
6, 3, and 2, married, and between all this required to be a father, to be a good husband, to make sure I keep learning, to make sure I keep doing revenue generating activities. The time is really it's a lot of time that and it's places I have to be, like for example, my kid's autism. So I have
Mm,
to be at certain things to make sure that he gets what he needs.
yeah.
My wife is like I said, she's very good at her career too, but it's also a lot of time on her on that end. We're not 30s, and that's what it is, not 30s. Your time is really short because everything requires so much of you. So time most is mainly and really refining my sales process, refining the lead generation process. There's
Got it.
there's always room for improvement.
Yeah.
Things ever perfect.
Yeah.
So we'd be open to appearing on more podcasts, be open to webinars, be open to use social media more, which I haven't really tapped a lot because
Yeah,
I suck at social media, man. I suck at it.
fair enough.
I don't know what it is. Like I can't like some people do these outrage posts to get engagement. I can't do that in me. I can't do that.
Well, especially with your target, you shouldn't be doing the outrage posts.
Yeah, yeah,
No, yeah,
like
I know what you mean.
yeah,
I
because I see some
yeah.
people who create great businesses off of outrage posts. I'm like, man, I wish I had the integrity to like be okay with that. But I'm not okay with that because I like to be honest and forthright with people.
It
And
needs to be in alignment. It needs to be authentic to who you are, all at the same time, on being predictable and not taking up a lot of time since that's allocated to personal side of your life and
yeah,
whatnot. Yeah.
yeah. So it's mainly figuring out my voice on social media in regards to this, and just basically trying to figure out my marketing strategy. Really,
Yeah. What is the best way for people to reach out to you to work with you?
my website, via Cade CADE co.com. You can hit me up on Twitter, dot Cade CADE. Same Instagram tag, LinkedIn, Telless Cade, or you can hit me up my email, tc at viacadeco.com.
Awesome. Tellus, thank you so much for your time.
Hey man, it's been a pleasure.
Anytime. So that wraps up another inspiring episode of Founders Future. To our listeners, if you enjoyed this episode, make sure to check out Tellus and go to his website, viacadeco.com. That's viacadeco.com. And if you are a business owner, specifically a coach, consultant, or an agency owner, and you're really looking to scale your business and you want to enhance your sales and marketing efforts, visit closers.io to hop on a call with our team and discover how we were able to go from zero to $30 million in less than 3 years. Until then, keep on climbing.